Welcome to the Colorado Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us this evening. We have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. And again, you can do that at any time, so you don't have to wait for a certain presentation. If you have a question, ask that anytime you'd like. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you, which means it doesn't matter what you look like, just relax and get comfortable and pay attention to the great information you're going to hear over the next 45 minutes. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions where you signed up for this one. And this presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. Well, now I've gotten all the housekeeping stuff out of the way, so I will get out of the way. Let me first give you a look at the schedule for this session. We are in session D6, which is in the upper left-hand corner here. I'm highlighting it or using the fake laser pointer to show that. And that'll be the order in which our schools will present. So now I will get out of the way and turn it over to the representative from Nazareth College.
Thank you so much. Go ahead and get this set up here. Thank you all so much for being here. So my name is Sarah Gibson. I am the Associate Director for Admissions at Nazareth College, which is in Rochester, New York. So we will have another school actually that's going to be speaking to you from Rochester, New York today as well. Rochester, New York is the third largest city in New York State. And you can see my contact information there on the screen, which I'll go to briefly at the end as well. So if you do have any questions for me, you will be able to use the Q&A, but you can also email me directly as well. So I want to first share with you some surprises about our campus. The first is that we actually have a tunnel system that connects all the buildings on our campus. So it does get cold in Rochester. We do get snow, but the good news is that when it is cold in the winter, you can actually roll out of bed, throw on some flip-flops and walk to class in one of our campus tunnels, which is great. The tunnels are not creepy at all. They essentially just look like hallways. They just run between our buildings, which is great. Believe it or not, our name sounds religious, but we are not religiously affiliated. We were founded as a Catholic school back in the 20s, but we haven't had any specific religious affiliation since the 70s. We do, though, have the second largest center for interfaith studies in the country, the Hickey Center for Interfaith Studies, and there are a lot of opportunities for you to be able to practice your faith within the different opportunities that we have there. Now, believe it or not, the cost of attendance at Nazareth is very affordable. We are private, which means that the cost is going to be the same in-state versus out-of-state. When you're coming from out-of-state, you'll find that the cost of attendance, once you factor in scholarships and financial aid, is actually similar to the cost of a UC school. Now, freshmen can have cars on campus. This may mean nothing to you because you may be thinking, well, I'm not going to drive my car all the way across the country. But it is a good thing because chances are you're going to have a friend freshman year that is going to have a car and can take you to where you need to go. But we are a very easy campus to get around. So you'll have the opportunity to take a bus to downtown Rochester, which is 10 minutes away. We are in a suburb of Rochester, and you can walk to a movie theater, grocery store. You can walk to, Chipotle, Marshall's, everything that you need within 5 minutes of campus. We are a test optional school as well. We've been test optional pretty much as long as test optional has existed, which is really great. And this year is the first year, all of our programs were test optional, but we weren't for our nursing program. This year we will be test optional for nursing as well. So speaking of nursing, that is one of our notable programs that we do offer at Nazareth. It is a direct entry program for a year, and it is not impacted, meaning that you will be able to take all the classes that you need to be able to graduate within 4 years. We also have a great law program. It's a 3+3 with Syracuse and Buffalo. So you spend 3 years with us in a law program, pre-law, and then you're able to transition to Syracuse or Buffalo. The great news is that once you transition into your law program, you get an automatic 50% tuition discount plus any additional merit-based scholarships that you qualify for based off of your academics. So you save a full year of tuition by getting your JD in 6 years instead of 7. And then there's also that savings that I mentioned in terms of the 50%. We also have a great early acceptance medical and dental school program with LECOM, that's Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine. And if you get accepted to that early acceptance program, you do not need to take the MCATs. So really cool. Music therapy program and toxicology, I mentioned those together because we're one of the only schools in the country to offer both of those programs. We also have a great musical theater program as well. Something interesting about our musical theater program, not a single one of our shows is directed by a faculty member. We actually bring in working professionals from New York City to direct our musical theater productions. So some great networking to be had there. We also have a 5-year occupational therapy master's degree and a 6-year doctorate of physical therapy degree. And we have a working clinic for our therapists right on our campus. So some really cool, unique options. And also we have a great major in environmental science and sustainability as well, with a lot of opportunities for experiential learning there. And then I want to kind of leave you today with some snazzy, nazi facts. So obviously we are Nazareth College, so we get a little snazzy and nazi from time to time. 0 is the number of lecture halls that we have on campus. 0 is the number of classes that we have taught by TAs. The number of dollars required to apply. We are on the Common application and it costs you nothing to apply to Nazareth College. And also laundry is free on campus as well, which is pretty cool. You'll see that our student to faculty ratio is 9:1. So it's all about that relationship that you have with the faculty over the 4 years that you're there. 97% of our graduates are employed or within graduate school within 12 months of graduation. And one of the biggest reasons for that is because we assign every single student on campus right from their freshman year a career coach. This is in addition to your academic advisor. So you're going to be working with this career coach from day one. This career coach is major specific, and they're going to be helping you through that process of applying for internships, of building a resume, building a cover letter. And because they're area specific, they know what's needed for your specific industry. Couple other fun facts, our science buildings are ranked in the top 20 in the country. We have a cadaver lab right on campus. And I'm comparing us in terms of those top 20 to schools like Duke, Carnegie Mellon. So these are really state-of-the-art facilities we're talking about. We're ranked 18th for LGBTQ student friendly. And I believe our green rating right now is 73, which isn't bad, but we got some more work to do there as well. And then a really cool option for our nursing students. We have a lot of great study abroad options, but I like to highlight this one. Our nursing students actually have the opportunity to study in Finland. And if they do this program in Finland and come back, they are then able to apply for licensure to be able to work anywhere in the European Union. So I'm just going to go back to my first slide. So you have my contact information. That's my name, Sarah Gibson. Thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of the presentations.
Sarah, thank you very much. I want to remind everyone that you can ask questions at any time of any of our presenters, not just who's presenting, but any time using the Q&A button that you'll see on your Zoom controls. Could be at the top of the screen, at the bottom of the screen, wherever, but you can ask those questions at any time. If you have a question for a specific institution, make sure you indicate that in your question. Next up, we'll hear from New York Film Academy.
All right, thank you so much. Hopefully you guys can see me. My name is Roger Del Pozo, and I'm the Director of Outreach at the New York Film Academy. The New York Film Academy is a regionally and nationally accredited college of visual and performing arts. We have 5 permanent locations throughout the world, and I'm going to get into that a little bit. We started 28 years ago in New York City. We were founded by a producer in Hollywood. His name was Jerry Sherlock, and he produced many films and plays. One of the films he produced was The Hunt for Red October, so he achieved great success as a Hollywood producer, and he decided to open a film school. And his idea was that you were going to learn how to make films by making films. So it was a very practically hands-on focused project-based curriculum, and it was very, very successful. We started with filmmaking, but as you can see now, we teach many different disciplines in the visual and performing arts. And I'll take you through a little bit of that. The 2 most popular programs are probably filmmaking and acting for film. We also do producing for film and television, screenwriting. 3D animation and visual effects is one of our fastest growing programs, as well as game design. We have a still photography program. We have a cinematography program. We do documentary filmmaking, musical theater, broadcast journalism, graphic design, digital editing, and virtual reality. Now, at New York Film Academy, you can apply for a bachelor's degree in fine arts, and we do that in 8 different disciplines that you see listed there. We also have a Bachelor of Arts in Media Studies, which is a more academically minded program. We do also offer associate's degree in fine arts programs, and we do that in 5 different disciplines. And we also have our graduate school. So down the line, if you're interested in coming back to us to study as a graduate, we do an MFA in 9 different disciplines, as well as a Master of Arts in 2 different disciplines. At New York Film Academy, we also do 1- and 2-year conservatory programs, which can stand alone or also feed into a degree program. We offer short-term workshops. Obviously, we're offering an extensive array of online workshops, and we also have teen and youth programs, both after-school programs as well as summer camp programs. So if you want to get started early, you'd be able to do that. Many teenagers will come to us as college prep to start to build portfolios, to start to work in these very, very specific disciplines. To apply to the New York Film Academy, you do have to apply directly through the school. You would submit an online application through our website. There is a $75 application fee, though we do accept application fee waivers. And if you have questions about that, you can always get in contact with me. For our Acting for Film program, we do require an audition. For our other visual arts programs, we will require a creative portfolio. In addition to that, we do require 2 letters of recommendation, either academic or professional letters. We do require a narrative statement. We do not have a minimum GPA. We are a test optional school, so we do not require the SATs or the ACTs. We will obviously require your full high school transcripts. New York Film Academy does offer 3 different types of financial assistance for students studying in long-term programs with us. The first would be a talent-based award. When you're submitting your audition or your creative portfolio, we review that for acceptance, but we also review that for potential talent-based awards. So if you are accepted into a program, the odds are you will receive some funding through us in that area. In addition to that, we offer need-based tuition assistance based on financial need, and we also offer merit-based assistance, and that would be based on your academic record. I want to take you through some of our locations because they are very exciting. We started in New York City. This is our campus in Battery Park. We're located at the southernmost tip of Manhattan. We overlook the Statue of Liberty. This is actually our students during an orientation boat ride that they do around the island of Manhattan. Students have the opportunity to shoot their films on location in New York. We help them to secure permits so they're able to use New York City as a backdrop for their films. Okay, this is our Los Angeles campus. Despite our name, Los Angeles is actually our largest campus. We are located between Universal Studios and Warner Brothers in Burbank in Hollywood. We are in a very, very modern, beautiful building that we built from scratch. Our students work extremely on extremely professional sets, both at the school. This is a soundstage at the school, and this is a soundstage at Universal, where our students get to shoot on the back lot at Universal Studios, which is just amazing. This is actually our South Beach, Miami campus, which is located on historic Lincoln Road in South Beach. We also have a blanket permit in South Beach, so students can shoot anywhere in the city of South Beach, which is exciting. We also have international campuses. So we're located on the Gold Coast of Australia, where students can study in either 1- and 2-year diploma programs, in semester-long programs, or in short-term workshops. It's located in beautiful area in Queensland. We're located very close to Village Roadshows, which is the major production studio in Australia, and our students work very closely with that production company. Many of our students will go on to work for Village Roadshow. And this is our campus in Florence, Italy, which is an amazing place to study. We do short-term workshops there, and we also do 1-semester programs. We also offer our hands-on online workshops that I discussed a little bit. If you have questions about that, you can always get in contact with me. We have a great guest speaker series. We have extraordinary alumni that are working all over the industry. And if you have any questions at all, you can always get in contact with me. I'm happy to help students in any way that I can. Thank you all so much for your time.
Roger, thank you very much. Again, I will repeat myself and give the reminder to if you have any questions, to use the Q&A button anytime during the presentations to ask questions of the schools that are here. Up next, we'll hear from Rochester Institute of Technology.
Okay, hi, my name is Molly Lane, and I am an assistant director in the undergraduate admissions office at Rochester Institute of Technology, or RIT. We are the other college located in Rochester, so just down the road from Nazareth that you heard from first. I'm going to highlight some special or unique things about RIT since I don't have a ton of time to talk to you. We are considered a mid-sized private university, so we have about 16,500 students that go to RIT. What we like to share, though, is even though we are a big school, we do have very small classes. So we hire a lot of faculty. Our average class size is about 22 students, which is very small for the size of our university. We do also have a deaf and hard of hearing population on our campus. We are home to one of two deaf and hard of hearing colleges in the country. So because of that population, most students do leave RIT knowing some sign language. We do offer programs in a lot of different areas. We're mostly thought of for engineering and computing because we're an institute of technology, but we do have a world-renowned College of Art and Design. We're ranked #2 in the country for photography. We also have a state-of-the-art business college and lots of liberal arts programs. I do want to highlight some of the niche programs which are on the screen. These are some programs that not very many schools offer, and we do. So we do get looked at for some of these. Things like packaging science, which is a hidden gem program here, medical illustration. In our studio arts, we do have a glass option, furniture design, jewelry design. So a lot of different programs. We were the first to offer a bioinformatics program in the country, which is very cool. It combines computer science with biology. And mechatronics, which is new field, lots of students looking for things in that. So we do have a degree in that. We do also have these accelerated dual degree programs that I just want to mention. These allow students to get their master's degree in 1 year. So usually it would take you 2 years, but at RIT you can get a master's degree on top of any undergraduate degree in 1 extra year. I would be remiss if I did not mention our cooperative education program. There are currently only 4 schools in the country that have a mandatory cooperative education program, and we are one of them. So 90% or so of our programs, we require students to go out and work full-time in their field, earning a full-time salary. They do not pay tuition or take classes during that time. We currently partner with over 3,400 companies. So worldwide, you can do these co-op placements. And obviously the big headline from this is our job placement rate. We have a 94% job placement rate overall, students finding jobs within 6 months of graduating, but many of our programs, specifically the job placement rate is 100%. So you can find more information about this on our website at joboutlook.rit.edu. These are some of the companies that we partner with, but obviously there are a lot more, and you can see that on our website. Research is a big thing at RIT. We are a research university. Many schools, you can't do research till you're an upperclassman or a graduate student, but at RIT, you can start right away as a freshman. These are some areas where we're doing research, and many programs have a class that you take the first semester. You meet all of the faculty and learn about the research they're doing, and they encourage students to approach them and get involved with research. Many of our students do present at conferences on their research or are co-authors on research papers and manuscripts. So research is a really big thing at RIT. We do have a lot of global or international opportunities. RIT actually has campuses in other countries. So we have 1 in China, 2 in Croatia, 1 in Kosovo, and 1 in Dubai. So a lot of students spend time at those campuses. But if they're not appealing locations to you, we do have study abroad in 55 countries. But you can also do, in addition to study abroad, a work abroad if you choose to do co-op in another country. So we have opportunities for that as well. RIT is really big on innovation. It's something that we definitely foster here. We have a lot of different facilities on campus that allow for innovation. Magic Spell Studios was just opened last year, which is a digital research facility. You cannot find technology like this anywhere in the country. We have a tiger tank competition through our College of Business, similar to Shark Tank. We do have the Simone Center where students have access to all kinds of technology, a makerspace, 3D printers, all different kinds of things. So definitely a big thing, entrepreneurship and innovation on our campus at RIT. Always advancing, always moving forward. We are just in the process of opening a new global cybersecurity institute and a new makerspace and learning complex. These were due to a $50 million donation that we received from a recent graduate of RIT named Austin McCord. He started his own company called Datto in California. He has since sold the company and was able to give us our largest donation ever in the history of RIT, which was $50 million. He only graduated about 7 years ago, and this opportunity for him was largely due to the co-op experiences he had at RIT in our computing security program. And if you would like more information, here is my contact information. My name again is Molly Lane. I also have our general admissions email and phone number here. And you can look at some of the events we're having virtually. We're doing fall open houses now virtually, where you can learn more about our programs, and you can find that at this link. So thank you for listening to me, and let me know if you have any questions about RIT, and have a good night.
Thank you, Molly. And as Molly said, if you have any questions, not just for her, but for any of the presenters, you can use the Q&A button. And obviously you also have Molly's contact information as well. We will continue with our next presentation. Will be from St. Lawrence University.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to have the chance to tell you a bit about St. Lawrence. My name's Meg. I'm one of the admissions counselors here, and I'm also a 2015 graduate of St. Lawrence. So I've managed to really stick around for a number of years after graduation, and I wanted to do so because this isn't a community or a campus that people want to be away from. So I just want to highlight a few things that I think are really central to the experience here. I want to start with a little bit about our location, which is really quite unique. St. Lawrence is a small, private, liberal arts university that's nestled in upstate New York in a town called Canton. You can see it by the gold star there. It's right in between the Adirondack Mountains and the Canadian border. So drive an hour, hour and a half north, you're in the middle of Ottawa. Drive an hour, hour and a half south, and you're in the middle of some of the best hiking, biking, skiing, and paddling areas that the Northeast has to offer. Our small town atmosphere and location really impacts campus life in a lot of different ways. We're a community full of adventurous people who are really always eager to learn about the outdoors, explore it, and really make the most of it. We have a huge outing club that leads trips all the time to go hiking and mountain biking. We have an outdoor studies minor that will allow you to learn how to do crazy things like ice climb and get credit while skiing in the backcountry and learning about snow science. You can participate in our Adirondack semester or sustainability semester programs to really learn about the value of a place-based education, and also learn about things like the social impact on our natural resources in our local communities. We're a place that really values our connection to the places and the people that are around us. So our students are also frequently connecting with the local area through community service, through community-based learning courses, and things of that regard. I'm pretty confident that if St. Lawrence was anywhere else in the world, it would be a totally different atmosphere and experience. The experience that you find here on our campus is really connected to the things that surround us, and the fact that we're a small school in a rural area with a lot happening on campus means that our students really connect with one another often and very deeply, which builds a really strong sense of community on campus, and honestly causes people like me to not want to leave and really spend as much time here as possible. The St. Lawrence experience begins with a very dynamic and holistic first-year program. To really boil it down and put it simply, the FYP is a mandatory program for all first-year students in which you take a class with a group of students that you also live with. It's designed to really just help you feel comfortable here academically and get accustomed to what's expected of you in our liberal arts environment and in our small interdisciplinary classes. At the same time, it's the way in which we help our students find a sense of community here and a sense of social belonging from day one. It helps ease some of those anxieties about you're going off to a college where you might not know anybody and you've got to figure out how to make friends, how to find your classes, how to find academic support. And the FYP overall really starts you on a really strong and personalized academic journey. So if I had to really kind of sum up the academic atmosphere at St. Lawrence, I would describe it as a couple of things. It's a space where you'll be encouraged to connect, you'll be encouraged to personalize your experience, and it's also an atmosphere that's really full of options. At St. Lawrence, you'll receive advising through our first year program, and you'll be encouraged to both take time to explore your initial academic interests, but also try to discover new ones. We offer roughly 70 majors and 40 minors, which is quite a bit for a small campus. We also have a number of pre-professional programs for you to pursue. And it's actually about 80% of St. Lawrence students who declare a major or a minor in more than one discipline. So again, really capitalizing on an interdisciplinary environment where everything that you're learning has the chance to be interconnected. A couple of academic experiences that are really important to us would include off-campus study or study abroad programs. We see that about 65 to 70% of our students partake in these, as well as student-centered and accessible research where the student really owns the research rather than the professor. You'll have mentorship and support along the way, but it's yours, which is really valuable when we talk about things like career prep. It's actually 80% of our students who partake in individualized research. I just talked about career prep very briefly, and I'd be remiss to talk about St. Lawrence at all without making note of the extent to which we really equip students for success over the course of 4 years so that they find those jobs right after graduation. So they find these really meaningful experiences. A lot of that comes from the collaboration between our Career Services Office and our alumni network, which is currently ranked 4th in the country among all colleges and universities by the Princeton Review. We see that 95% of our students are either employed or pursuing graduate school within 6 to 10 months after graduation, and that's in large part due to the personal and professional network that they build with St. Lawrence alumni over their 4 years as undergraduate students. You can do that through internships, shadow experiences, on-campus panels and workshops, and so forth. The last piece that I'll highlight quickly is that this is an energetic place where you really get involved in campus life, and there's an open door and a welcoming environment to do so. And I'd love to talk to each of you more individually as time goes on, so please feel free to reach out as you further pursue your college search. Thanks so much.
Megan, thank you very much. And I will remind everyone that you can ask questions at any time just by using the Q&A button. If you have a question for a specific school, please indicate that in your question. Up next, we'll move on to Syracuse University.
Thanks, Russ. Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Jessica Calhoun. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Syracuse University. Really excited to introduce you to my friend Otto. He is our mascot. He is an orange. Our mascot and our color are orange. We bleed orange, as we say, and everyone is a part of our orange family. So this is just a picture of campus here. This is the quad on a nice fall day. The campus is beautiful. One of the things that I absolutely love about Syracuse University is seeing all 4 seasons on campus. I'm originally from the West Coast. I moved to Syracuse about 6 years ago, and I never really had that all 4 seasons experience. But now I get to say that I get to see a beautiful fall, which we're in right now. The leaves are changing. Everything's really gorgeous. A full and very robust winter we have at Syracuse. As you can see, it snows. We usually compete with our friends in Rochester and in Buffalo for who gets the most snow. But if you love to ski or snowboard or do any kind of outdoor activities, the snow is a lot of fun. And then we are all excited when spring rolls around. And then the summers in Syracuse are absolutely beautiful. So again, all 4 seasons at Syracuse University. A little bit about the university as itself. We are celebrating our 150th anniversary, so our sesquicentennial. We were founded in 1870, and since then we have expanded and grown to 200 majors and 100 different minors in our 9 different schools and colleges. It's one of the great things about having so many programs at Syracuse University is that students don't have to have everything figured out from day one. One of the things that I always say is I did not know at 16, 17, 18 years old what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And oh man, how am I supposed to, pick this box on the common application that says what I'm going to do for the rest of my life? The nice thing is you have a chance to really make your education at Syracuse your own. Our students often double major or triple major. They combine programs, say within our Whitman School of Management, which is our business school, and our Newhouse School of Public Communications, which is one of the top ranked journalism schools in the country. Students really love to combine those programs, pick up minors across our schools and colleges, and really get to customize their experience to themselves. No 2 students have the same Syracuse University experience, and that's something I absolutely love about the campus and the students that participate. About 50% of our students study abroad during their time at Syracuse. That's a really exciting number. The national average is about 4%. And so we are so excited when our students want to go and explore all of the different Syracuse University campuses, our world partner campuses. We have also centers in Los Angeles, Washington, DC, and New York City. So great programs if you're into public affairs, public policy. The DC Center is a great place for you. For our film students and students within our journalism school, LA is a great place to be. A lot is happening in Los Angeles. And then our business students often do summer internships and spend time at our New York City Center. So again, a lot of different ways to get out and see the world. And we like to make orange puns, so you can get ready for that, but you get to see a slice of the world at Syracuse. And with that is our campus population. So our students are mostly out of state. We do not have a majority of our students in state. They come from all 50 states and over 100 different countries. So we are very encouraging of a diverse and active student campus. The university also gives a lot of money back to the students to make it affordable for you to attend Syracuse University. So last year we gave over $300 million in grants and scholarships to students, again, to make that cost affordable for everybody. And then as many of us who didn't know Syracuse, didn't grow up in the Northeast, Syracuse is very known for its Division I athletics. So we are part of the Atlantic Coast Conference, but we are also a Research I institution, which means our faculty, our staff, our undergraduate students and graduate students are all taking part in research at the highest level. And we have a new undergraduate research department that helps connect students with a faculty mentor. Again, really want to get that hands-on experience, that research experience. A couple of updates. We are test optional like many institutions for spring 2021 and fall 2021 admission. If you've taken the SAT and you want to submit scores, great. We'd love to have them. If not, do not stress about it. We understand that not everybody can take the test. Not everybody can take it more than once. So we are entirely test optional across all of our programs. And we have a couple new majors, business analytics in our Whitman School of Management and a new health humanities integrated learning major within our College of Arts and Sciences. Since I like pictures more than I like to look at words on the screen, I want to show about some of the exciting things about our ranked programs at Syracuse. So we're consistently ranked one of the top universities for veterans. Our school newspaper, which is called the Daily Orange, is often ranked in the top school college newspapers. We obviously have a whole lot of spirit, and Otto can attest to that. We do bleed orange, so any of you Denver Broncos fans that are already wearing a lot of orange, you're going to be fit right in our orange community. And we have some really great programs in entrepreneurship, architecture, journalism, special education, just our School of Education in general, and musical theater and drama. So some really great programs and a lot of different ways to get involved and have fun. Some updates for the campus, very new and exciting, is our Barnes Center at the Arch, which is our integrated health and wellness facility. This is something I'm so excited that's happening, and it's just a beautiful new space. We have a new renovations to the Carrier Dome and a new National Veterans Resource Center. So that is really my time. I would really love to talk to all of you more. So please email me, love to schedule an interview or just chat more about Syracuse. That's my email address. Please write it down and reach out to me at any time. All right, Russ, thank you.
Jessica, thank you very much. And again, as we're nearing the end of the session, go ahead and if you have questions for any of our presenters so far, go ahead and drop those using the Q&A button. We're not finished yet though, because we have one more school to present, and that will be Union College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel McNeil. I'm an Assistant Dean of Admissions at Union and class of 2018. Super excited to be here and share a little bit about Union and my story. So to give you some context about Union College, we are located in upstate New York in a city called Schenectady in the capital region. So a little bit of the, I guess it would be east of New York. We're about 3 hours north of New York City and about 3 hours west of Boston. Union College is a small liberal arts college, and we offer 4 ABET accredited engineering programs. We have 2,200 students, and we're all undergraduate. So this is a small, tight-knit campus community. You will know your peers here, you will know your faculty, and you will have great connections across disciplines. I love looking at some of these photos of campus, and as you see the colors change, we're having a great season for leaf peeping as well. Talking a little bit about the academic environment at Union. So we're a really interdisciplinary place. When you come to Union, you can expect to have opportunities to study more than one thing. With 2,200 students, 58 majors and minors, and really small class sizes, you'll have ample opportunity to explore and find something that you're really passionate about. About half of our students study STEM and about half humanities and social sciences. And as you can see, 75% study more than one thing. For me, I came into Union very undecided, but knowing I loved science and art. And through a process of taking classes, having great mentorship, I fell in love with the intersection of computer science, film, and digital art. And for me, it was really impactful that I was able to create my own major in digital media and minor in psychology. So I had an academic experience that was completely catered to exactly what I was looking for. And I love that that story is not necessarily unique. Students can come to Union and truly make the academic experience their own by taking courses and getting a really in-depth experience in one particular area, but still being able to understand how your discipline interacts with those around it. Another piece of the academic experience are the immersive experiences. With such small classes and small class sizes, you'll have great opportunities in the classroom to connect with your peers and your faculty. So discussion style classes are the norm. They'll regurgitate or memorize, regurgitate lecture, not as common at Union. You'll have a great opportunity to interact and have great discussions and engaging conversations. Outside the classroom, opportunities in research, internships, and study abroad are also the norm. About 80% of students do at least one faculty-mentored research project in their time at Union. And why this is so exciting is because I think when I was a high schooler, I thought that research meant STEM. And at Union, I learned quickly that that's not necessarily the case. There are so many different ways to do research and in so many different fields, and it can be truly interdisciplinary. Research for me started by asking a professor a question after class one day, and I ended up doing interdisciplinary research in psychology and film studies for a 2-term independent study that I later developed into a senior thesis, where I looked at data visualization. So really having a great opportunity to not only explore an interest, try something out, but have that great one-on-one mentorship throughout the process. In terms of study abroad, about 60% of students go abroad in their time at Union. For me, I took advantage of the trimester system at Union. Basically, we have 3 10-week terms instead of 2 15-week semesters. So you have a little bit more flexibility in your academic schedule. You'll take 3 classes for 10 weeks, 3 times a year. And for me, that allowed me to be able to go abroad during our 6-week winter break between Thanksgiving and New Year's. So I went to London and did a mini term for 3 weeks, studying theater and dance, which is one of my other passions. So what I love about the academic schedule and the study abroad offerings is that any student can take advantage of them in their time at Union. I love to think about the faculty at Union as people who are looking to work with you as a current Union student. They're world-renowned in their field, they are excited to be doing research, and they chose Union in the same way that that you do as a student. And for me, this came in multiple mentorships. I can name 5 professors in my time at Union that were great supports throughout the process of going to college and picking a major and doing research, but also as a postgraduate, having great references and people I can always call on for advice. And this is, again, not a unique story. Professors and students act more like colleagues than they do student and teacher at Union. I also want to talk about the inclusive campus environment. There is so much to do on this campus that you will absolutely never be bored. I see a lot of lists there of all of the different things that you can get involved in, but I want to touch on one thing that's a little unique to Union. We have something called Minerva houses. Basically, every single student, staff, and faculty member belongs to one of 7 houses, and they're structural houses on campus, all with different names and all randomly assigned. But it basically gives you a home base on campus and a place to get involved right away as a first year. It can be a great launching off point for getting involved in leadership and creating programming on campus that you want to see. So basically, each house has a council that's made up of students and a faculty representative, and this council puts on events for the campus. Often they have a social and academic collaboration to them, but it's a great way if you're really passionate about something to make it happen and to share that with your peers. I know for me, I was really close with my film professors and I really loved talking to them about film. So I wanted to have a dinner and discussion about the Oscars when that happened. And it was a great conversation. I was expecting maybe the 10 film studies students to come join me, but what it ended up being was about 50 people packed into the Minerva House living room to talk about the films and the controversies. And it was such an engaging conversation. And I'll never forget that that was the quintessential kind of Minerva event for me. And it was something that I was so proud to share with my peers throughout the process. So again, it's just one of the many ways you can get involved on campus and a great jumping off point for finding community. I also just want to briefly add that our outcomes are really spectacular. There's so many opportunities after Union for you to jump into a little bit of our stats there, but I attest a lot of this to that hands-on experience that you're going to have at Union, as well as the alumni network. Firepower alums across the world, all here to support their younger siblings at Union College. And now as an alum myself, I can definitely attest that that is the case, and the support is unlike anything I've ever seen. I'll also just briefly mention admissions and financial aid, a couple key highlights. We meet full demonstrated need. We also offer merit-based scholarship, and we are test optional. We've been for many years, and of course, we'll continue through the next year. Thanks.
Thank you, Rachel, and thank you to all of our presenters this evening, and thank you to all of our attendees for joining us tonight. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted. Be sure to sign up for additional ones at the same place you signed up for this one. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings, again, at the same website you signed up for this session. Again, thank you to all of the representatives from the 6 schools, and thank you for joining us this evening. Have a good evening.